Hey folks, Jeff Bangeter. I'm a loan originator. My NMLS number is 18361, and I wanted to give you another story about some of the things that we've seen in originating reverse mortgages for quite a few years. Actually, since 2003 is when I got involved. We've literally done thousands of reverse mortgages between me and loan officers that have worked with my company and for us for many years. And so I wanted to tell you a story about actually one that my son did in Florida. So he lived down in kind of the Miami area and would work with representatives, other loan officers all around the state of Florida and really the Southeast. And we had a situation where we had a gentleman that went to an event that my son put on with some other loan originators, and this person wanted to check it out, and so my son went up and met with him. It was a couple-hour drive to the north, up near the Orlando area, so a good drive. And my son met with him once, and it was kind of interesting because this gentleman told my son that he was selling his furniture so that he could buy food. And and it was obvious that's what was going on in the house. Things were not there that you would normally have in as far as furnishings in your house. But for some reason the gentleman just could not do it at that point in time. He just wasn't sure, wasn't comfortable. And so my son drove all the way back down. Again, Fort Lauderdale is actually where they lived at the time. And then about a week or so later, this gentleman calls him back up and says, you know what, I need to know more. I think I need to do this. So my son drives up again a few hours up into the Orlando area and meets with this gentleman for an hour or two. And the gentleman still was uncertain, and there was less furniture in the house. And so my son kind of said, well, I can't make you do it, right? We can lead a horse to water, but can't make him drink, right? You guys all know that. So he starts to drive back down, and this gentleman finally calls him on his cell phone and says, all right, I need to do this. So my son was maybe 30 minutes outside of his home, and so he drove back, finally did it. The gentleman ended up getting a couple $100,000 cash in his pocket that he could use for the rest of his life. He was able to, for the first time in many years, go out to eat at a comfortable restaurant, enjoy a nice steak dinner, and really start to change his life. So for those of us in the industry where we've actually helped people do this, we've seen a lot of just amazing life-changing events. And I know there's all kinds of crazy stories that you hear from friends and neighbors, and oh, somebody lost their house. I have never actually seen that since 2003. I've been doing this. Now, it can happen if you don't pay your property taxes or keep insurance on your house. Well, that would happen today if you have a mortgage, right? If you have a regular mortgage and you don't pay your taxes, they're going to put a lien on your property, and if it's there long enough, they're going to force you to sell your property. So that's exactly the same. Nothing's different. And so I want you to really think about this. What would a couple of $100,000 do for you in your life? What would the elimination of, say, a $1,500 a month mortgage payment mean for you in your life? Let's say you didn't get any cash, but you got $1,500 a month savings that you didn't have to pay to a mortgage company anymore. So I want you to really evaluate your life and think about the difference that a significant chunk of money could make to you in your life. And if that makes sense, then give us a call. We would love to talk to you. We'll just give you a quote over the phone. There's no obligation. The reverse mortgage is an amazing tool. It takes about 30 to 45 days to put the whole thing together. And ultimately, when you close the loan, you still have 3 days to make sure it's the right decision for you. So there is never any pressure along the way. You just need to decide what's most important for you for the rest of your life. Do you want to live comfortably, or do you want to, just kind of squeeze by and maybe not live as fully as you could? Everybody has a choice. And I know for me and my family, if you watched the video about my dad, we believe that you should live fully and that you should enjoy your life and be comfortable. So with that, thanks for watching.